Now, I will introduce the sires of Hiroshima Prefecture. My name is Kenji Morimasa, and I am with the Breeding and Reproduction Research Department at the Livestock Technology Center. My primary responsibilities include semen collection from sires and their development. Thank you for your attention. Before getting into the main topic, let me briefly explain the sires I will introduce today. Here, I have outlined the process of how the beef you typically consume is produced. Livestock farmers raising Wagyu cattle can be broadly categorized into two types. First, there are the breeding farmers who raise female cattle, mother cows, perform artificial insemination or embryo transfer to produce calves, and then sell those calves at the market for a living. Second, there are the fattening farmers who purchase the calves from breeding farmers at the market, raise them until they are about 2 to 2.5 years old, and then ship them to the meat market. Thus, beef production begins with breeding farmers mating female cattle with high-quality bull semen to produce calves. The fattening farmers who buy these calves at the market select them based on their pedigree to estimate their future potential. This makes the ability of the sires used in artificial insemination very important. To help livestock farmers in Hiroshima Prefecture produce better quality calves, the Livestock Technology Center develops high-ability sires and produces frozen semen. At the Hiroshima Prefecture Livestock Technology Center, sire development is conducted with two primary goals to support the Hiroshima Wagyu brand. These goals are the improvement of economic traits, which aims to enhance carcass weight and marbling, and the reconstruction of Hiroshima lineages, which aims to revive and maintain the unique bloodlines of Hiroshima Prefecture. Today's agenda includes an introduction to the two initiatives undertaken at the Livestock Technology Center, the improvement of economic traits and the reconstruction of Hiroshima lineages. Additionally, I will discuss Hiroshima Prefecture's efforts in the National Wagyu Competition, commonly known as Zenkyo, which serves as a platform to verify and promote the improvements in Hiroshima's sires nationwide. First, let's discuss the current status of our efforts to improve economic traits. When we talk about the economic traits of cattle, it might be hard to imagine. Economic traits refer to the economically important characteristics of beef. When cattle are slaughtered, the degree of fine marbling, known as fat marbling, is evaluated. This evaluation is called grading. Here, we have shown beef graded as A5 and A3. Beef with a high fat marbling grade of A5 costs 2,604 yen per kilogram, whereas beef with a slightly lower grade of A4 costs almost 500 yen less at 2,136 yen. Beef with a grade of A3 costs nearly 800 yen less at 1,753 yen. Thus, there is a significant price difference depending on the fat marbling grade. Since the fat marbling evaluation directly affects the price of beef, enhancing this trait is economically beneficial. The graph on the right shows the trend in fat marbling ability of sires in Hiroshima Prefecture and nationwide over the past 30 years. It is evident that all prefectures have made efforts to improve the fat marbling trait, which influences carcass prices, resulting in an overall improvement in distribution. Around the first year of the Heisei era, 1989, the distribution in Hiroshima Prefecture was around A3, while other prefectures were around A4. By around 2013, both Hiroshima Prefecture and other prefectures had distributions close to A5. Thanks to these improvements, the gap with other prefectures has narrowed, and we have succeeded in developing sires with abilities comparable to the top-class sires nationwide. In addition to existing values such as fat marbling, we are also working on improving beef quality by increasing the content of monounsaturated fatty acids, MUFA, which are indicators of high-quality fat, to meet the diverse demands of consumers. MUFA is a type of fatty acid present in fat, and among various types of fatty acids, MUFA has the property of melting at a temperature lower than human body temperature. In the photos, the fat on the left is MUFA, while the fat on the right is other fatty acids. It can be seen that the fat on the left melts at 34.7 degrees Celsius. When beef with a high MUFA content is eaten, the fat melts smoothly in the mouth, spreading the natural flavor of the meat, without feeling greasy, and can be enjoyed deliciously until the last bite. This can become a characteristic of high-quality beef. In Hiroshima Prefecture, we have established a system for measuring MUFA and evaluating breeding values to select superior sires. This is part of our efforts to enhance the new value of Wagyu beef. Now, let me introduce 3 representative sires from Hiroshima Prefecture that have been selected through these improvement efforts. The first sire I would like to introduce is Hanakatsuyuri. This is the flagship sire with the highest meat production ability in Hiroshima Prefecture. In the field progeny test, where the meat production ability of the bull is evaluated based on the carcass performance of its offspring, Hanakatsuyuri was selected in 2020 with record-breaking results for carcass weight and fat marbling. In terms of breeding value, Hanakatsuyuri shows high ability in all categories. The offspring that appear in the calf market show good growth and continue to be traded at stable high prices. Even after 4 years since being selected, Hanakatsuyuri continues to be active on the front line. Regarding Hanakatsuyuri's meat production ability, this table shows the carcass performance of its offspring shipped this fiscal year. A total of 321 offspring were shipped, including 179 steers and 142 heifers. Both carcass weight and fat marbling have consistently yielded high results. For instance, a crossbreed with Yasufukuhisa, a Tajiri line, achieved a carcass weight of 539 kilograms, a ribeye area of 95 square centimeters, and a BMS, beef marbling standard, score of 12. Another crossbreed with Takanokuni, a Fujiyoshi line, achieved a MUFA content of 62.1%, demonstrating excellent results. For an excellent sire, it is important to have both the meat production ability to mass-produce high-quality beef and the breeding ability to efficiently produce healthy and well-growing calves. Hanakatsuyuri is highly regarded for its breeding ability, as it not only has abundant meat production capability but also exhibits good growth as a bull, with a well-proportioned body and strong reproductive ability. These excellent traits are also evident in the body shapes of its offspring, who inherit many of these positive characteristics. In fact, the offspring of Hanakatsuyuri received high marks for their body shape in the second section for young heifers at the 12th Kagoshima Zenkyo, earning an award of excellence. Additionally, in the sire section of last year's Hiroshima Prefecture Livestock Competition, Hanakatsuyuri's offspring achieved overall first place. Moving forward, it is expected that crossing Hanakatsuyuri with excellent mother cows will continue to produce outstanding offspring, further improving its breeding ability. The second sire is Benakami Teru. In the field progeny test, Benakami Teru achieved a 100% rate of high-grade meat quality evaluation of A4 or higher, with a ribeye area of 73 square centimeters, and was selected last fiscal year. Benakami Teru has excellent meat production ability, consistently achieving high results in MUFA content. Its offspring also show good growth, and many have well-proportioned bodies. Looking at the carcass performance of Benakami Teru's offspring, both the steers and heifers have a BMS, beef marbling standard, number exceeding 8. The MUFA content is high, with steers at 61.3%, heifers at 59.9%, and an overall average of 60.2%. Additionally, regarding the performance of Benakami Teru's offspring at the calf market, the daily weight gain for both steers and heifers exceeds 1 kilogram, indicating that good growth can be expected. The third sire is Namuratatsu. In the field progeny test, Namuratatsu achieved a 100% high-grade rate, similar to Benakami Teru, and was selected this year with a high average MUFA content of 61%. In terms of breeding, many of its offspring exhibit a deep and wide body shape with a good volume. This year, Namuratatsu's offspring received high evaluations, including winning an award for excellence at the Prefectural Livestock Competitive Exhibition. Next, I will introduce our efforts under the other development policy, which is the reconstruction of Hiroshima lineages. So far, I have discussed the achievements in improving economic traits as part of meat production ability. As shown in the graph on the left, the improvement in fat marbling ability of Wagyu cattle within Hiroshima Prefecture has progressed significantly. On the other hand, looking at the genetic retention probability, which expresses how the genes of the ancestral bulls of Hiroshima lineages are distributed within the existing population, the retention probability for female cattle in the prefecture has decreased. Around 1998, it was about 30%, but over approximately 20 years, it has dropped to about 5% due to the introduction of sires from outside the prefecture in breeding improvements. To address this situation, it has become necessary to develop sires that inherit the historic Hiroshima lineages and uphold the brand of Hiroshima Wagyu. Therefore, in 2012, Hiroshima Prefecture, in collaboration with Zeno Hiroshima, started the development of sires to contribute to the reconstruction of Hiroshima lineages. This aims to create a herd that maintains Hiroshima lineages while possessing excellent economic traits. Here are the 3 unique lineages of Hiroshima. Each lineage has its own characteristics, and the goal is to improve meat production ability while reviving these lineages. Now, let me introduce the ongoing efforts in the reconstruction of Hiroshima lineages. By crossing excellent females with the ancestral bulls, we aim to develop cattle that possess Hiroshima lineages and the meat production ability at the current standards. Here, we have shown 2 of the lineages we are currently working on, the Iwata lineage and the Yokotoshi lineage. For the Iwata lineage, the ancestral bull is number 3 Shinryu 4, and its direct descendants, Iboshi and Shinryu Iwata, are considered the first generation. From the first generation Iboshi, we have progressed to the 3rd generation with Tate Iboshi and Jinyo Shikoro. Jinyo Shikoro is undergoing progeny testing, primarily at Zeno Hiroshima's farm, to confirm its meat production ability. Regarding the other first-generation bull, Shinryu Iwata, the second-generation bull, Shinryu Ibuki, at 1 year and 6 months old, is currently producing semen to connect to the next generation. For the Yokotoshi lineage, the breeding program is centered around the Improvement Association in Jinseki Kogen Town, utilizing number 2 Yokotoshi. They are working on the 2nd generation using the 1st generation bull, Yoko Kamitoshi. As mentioned, Hiroshima Prefecture is developing sires to support the Hiroshima brand under 2 policies, focusing on economic traits and reconstructing Hiroshima lineages. The achievements of these efforts are evaluated alongside those of other prefectures at the National Wagyu Competition, commonly known as Zenkyo. This event also serves as a platform to promote and publicize these achievements beyond Hiroshima Prefecture. Zenkyo, also known as the Wagyu Olympics, is held once every 5 years with the goal of improving the ability and uniformity of Wagyu cattle across Japan. At Zenkyo, the achievements of Wagyu improvement from each prefecture are evaluated, and the future directions for Wagyu improvement are indicated, promoting improvement efforts towards the next Zenkyo. During the competition, the event is mainly divided into 2 sections: the sire section, which evaluates the breeding ability based on body shape, and the meat section, which evaluates meat quality as a measure of meat production ability. The next, 13th Zenkyo, is scheduled to be held in 3 years, in August 2027, in the Tokachi region of Hokkaido. For the 13th Zenkyo, Hiroshima Prefecture has set the following theme. This theme reflects our commitment to continue the efforts in reconstructing the historically and traditionally rich Hiroshima Wagyu, while aiming for results surpassing those of the previous Zenkyo, with a focus on Hanakatsuyuri, which has the potential to rank among the top nationwide. Additionally, an important goal is to promote the retention of female cows, which form the core of the production base supporting the Hiroshima Wagyu brand, through this Zenkyo initiative. This table shows some of the exhibition sections in which Hiroshima Prefecture will participate. Let me introduce sections 1, 6, and 7. Section 1. The Young Bull section evaluates young bulls that will play a significant role in the future. In this section, we will challenge with these two bulls from the Iwata Line 38, developed through our reconstruction efforts. Lineage reconstruction is an initiative that our prefecture started ahead of the rest of the country. In this young bull section, our policy is to showcase the potential sires representing the prefecture and the progress of Hiroshima lineage's reconstruction. We have been exhibiting young bulls from the lineage reconstruction efforts since the 11th Zenkyo, and we will continue to demonstrate the increasingly refined appearance of these bulls through successive generations, thereby strengthening the Hiroshima Wagyu brand with our lineage's history and tradition. In Section 6, Overall Evaluation Group, which evaluates both breeding ability and meat production ability, we will challenge with Hiroshima Prefecture's #1 sire, Hanakatsuyuri. Hanakatsuyuri, which has achieved numerous excellent results in both breeding and meat production within the prefecture, is expected to help PR the Hiroshima Wagyu brand nationwide by achieving higher rankings than the previous Zenkyo. In Section 7, which evaluates the quality of fat, we will challenge with Benakami Teru, which consistently produces carcasses with high MUFA evaluations. In this section, our policy is to showcase the combination of well-melting fat, a new value of Wagyu beef, and the Hiroshima brand. Hiroshima Wagyu received high evaluations in the previous Zenkyo, achieving the highest MUFA score in the overall evaluation group at the 11th Zenkyo and an award of excellence, 3rd place, at the last Zenkyo. With Benakami Teru, we aim to demonstrate that these achievements have been established and further developed at Zenkyo. In conclusion, as I have introduced, the development of sires in our prefecture, with the cooperation of the citizens, is able to support the Hiroshima Wagyu brand through the efforts of improving economic traits and reconstructing Hiroshima lineages. Various initiatives for the 13th Zenkyo in Hokkaido, utilizing the sires introduced today, have already been started, and we are grateful for the extensive cooperation from all related parties. We hope that you will continue to pay attention to and support these efforts. This concludes our presentation.